Surely there must be something else. Hello, Itty. Hello. Good day. How do you do? How do you do? Oh, thank you for the welcome home. I'm doing pretty alright. Pretty alright. In fact, I'm doing just swell. Yes, just swell. I'm relaxed. I'm having a good time. There we go. I am simply figuring things out before I go into the full streamo. Let's see. Is this a good song? It's pretty alright. Oh, actually, maybe this is better. No, I don't think that's better. You know what? Let's go for this. There we go. This is better for what we're about to get into. Sounds familiar, eh? Possibly it's because of Killer 7. We'll let this play for another minute or so and see if more folks show up. Auto peep? Yep, Nightbot's here. Let me check. Let me try this. Oh, there's Candle. That is an old command. Alright, hold up. Oh, here we go. It should be... It should just be this. There you go. Click that, itty. Is someone shaking around a pot? Yeah, someone was shaking around a pot. Weird. What about this one? You know what? Maybe this is the better one for what will be coming. God, they're gold. No, no more Vault Boy. Sad. Oh, naturally. Can't forget the tiny scream. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cece! God! What have you done? What have you done? Oh, here's a pullback from freaking the World of Final Fantasy stream. Why is nobody talking about Tonberry's knife? Tonberry? Itty, you've never seen a Tonberry? Oh no. Let me remedy that. Let me show you. This is a Tonberry. More specifically, it's a Tonberry King. As you can clearly see, the kings have little crowns that float above their heads. It's a lizard! Yes! It is a type of lizard. You know what? I would love to show... Hold up. Alright. I gotta see if I can find it. Videos. I don't know if YouTube, for whatever reason, refuses to be encoded via XSplit. So, I would love to, but I cannot. One day there will be a solution for it. Yeah, it sucks. Maybe if I had OBS, it'd be different. But I'm not going to download OBS to do that. Thank you, CC. All right, well, CC, Itty, and anyone else who watches this video in the future, welcome to the stream. It's me, Scott, and I'm back again to stream some Disco Elysium. Today has been okay. It's been very productive. Hello, Itty. I rolled some gacha in Grand Blue, and I got a super duper rare character, and a few rares and some normal ones. But you know, here's a bit of advice for me. Never spend money on gacha, no matter how tempting it is. Just play it for free. And if you aren't having fun anymore, put the game down. Walk away. Get some help. Here's the thing, though. Here's a little news to help date this video. You see, a lot of things are happening over the next week. And no, I'm not talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking more specifically what's coming out with games. You see, a lot of game things are coming out within the next week. For example, March 19th, the Resident Evil 3 Raccoon City demo will come out. On the 17th, Nintendo of America will be showing off a bunch of indie games. And finally, the scores have come out for Animal Crossing, the newest one. The one on the Switch.
You got a 92 out of 100. It is the best game that has come out this year thus far.
So, things are looking wacky in the future, but let's get to the wackiness in our hearts with more Disco Elysium. So, last time on Disco Elysium, we got to the second day. The future's looking disco all right. Oh, yeah. We had a little reminder of the past. And the past is not kind. But the future's looking bright. So, it is 7:34, and it's time for us to get a start with our day. Like a disco ball. That's right. Just like a disco ball, Eddie. Did the Tonberry's crown inspire Krau's crown by any chance? It did, Eddie. It did. I just thought it was cool. Oh, wow. They're already here. Jeez Louise. Thank you. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that once, Good morning, Kim.
Morning.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. He points to the mess hall doors. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. What do you mean, rowdy? Are these the men that Gart told us about yesterday? I completely forgot. He looks at his notes. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them, just by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. Hello, Edie. What's up? Ho! Oh, wow. New skill point. He crosses something out. One loose thread less to worry about. One big problem to replace it. Why do we need to talk to them? This is clearly the Union's peacekeeping force Everett told us about. The one he said hanged our victim. We can't be sure, of course. Everett may have lied to us. He definitely has an agenda of his own. Either way, we need to interview them, and it won't be easy. What do you mean rowdy? I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union, these men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Everett told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one, he squints his eyes, studying the man in the mess hall, must be Hardy himself. Why are there so many of them? Maybe we should call in reinforcements. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debonair's Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war, so let's keep a cool head, okay? He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger. Just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably. Let's roll. One more thing before we do. He glances at the booth again. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them and continue with our business. They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me. I'm walking right past him. I got a body to get down. Close for winter, please use main entrance. Fuck you, racist. Oh! Well, I feel very zoomed out. Wait! Okay. Test! Hello, Cece. What's up? Can you hear me? The dog wrangle. Okay. Weird, I had a blip of disconnection. Okay, strange. An opposing combination of punch clock and payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike use change. Nope. What do you miss? Nothing. We just had a little talk about how we could interview the Everett boys. Sorry, the Hardy boys. But, I said, nope. I got to go get a body down. The good old Hardy boys. Oh, I gotta get that change. That involves dealing with Kuno. Kim noted that the possible killers are in the whirling in rags right now. Yep. They are definitely, possibly our killers. Of course, first, we gotta see if we can get the body down first. At least I said please. Hello, Mr. Clare.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Hey, could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging on the tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood. Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene, worker boots. I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the red headset of his radio phone onto his right and clicks a button. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body and a tree problem. Namely, he needs to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. He turns back to you. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's gonna help you, now that he's back on his feet. Goodbye! What a fucking jab. Look, something forgotten on the coffee table. What? What do you see, me? Jean-Luc is gonna be a sourpuss, or he could say you are a fucking pinnacle of coolness because he's a fascist, but we'll see. I doubt it's gonna be kittens and roses with him. Something on the coffee table. FK on the coffee table. Let's see how strongly he adheres to his own ideals when they don't work in his favor. Yeah, let's see if he's a big puss or not. And a coward. And a bitch. We'll see. Hey, Jean-Luc, you motherfucker. Why don't you, you know, listen to, the big man before I, smoke you. Like a Cuban cigar. Hey, Jean-Luc.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our ways in Ming.
I knocked you down like a god of martial arts. Nope. True, I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered. Yes, a little. Subscribe to his advanced race theory? I'd rather not. Why are you not with those Hardy boys? I am not the first line of defense, I am last. He looks down at the coast defiantly. In addition, these so-called Hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading. But you're all part of a union. The Hardy Manlets. Oh, I did not expect that. Or on pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Seminoles. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my women. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. He gestures toward the lorryman down the street. I am not like them. I am a chroniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. Say nothing. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years there's a need for a servile homunculus. Is it Everett, the Union boss? White? Don't be vulgar. White or not, this has little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. I know you have made me a little bitch. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life? Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, something your race, Your race naivetistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Individualism is my jam. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You've picked them up from rock and roll? I've actually got it from disco. Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. Wonderful. We're done with this line of inquiry. Stoically looks to the distance in silence. Hey, Kim, what do you think about all this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. How do you know there will be a next racist? There always is. Race is reality. He nods approvingly. God! Everett told you to help us get a body down from a tree. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. Oh, shoot! But while I'm gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. He turns to Kim. Both of you. Back off. Fine, goodbye. Return to your degeneracy. Hey, you know anything about this mug? He does not so much as glance at the object. Know anything about it? Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash? Alright, I'll wait here. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. Singing a song. Owen's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. So, are you guys like cops or something? We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something. Yeah, Jean-Luc must really be tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Look at you, RCM Rent-A-Cops! A loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs. Is this where it is now? Is the RCM for sale? Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker. It's none of your business! A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across the Martinez. It's Kuno, then! The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Jean-Luc's back. Hey there, Measurehead. You wacky rascal, you. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hand. Stand down and congratulate yourselves. You have sided with a race victory today. There's been no siding. We did what we had to keep order. He nods slowly, and what you had to do was become a union man for all to see. Don't care. I'm not a union man, you silly, silly lad. I'm a Scotto. But this is also Harry. A.K.A. Dick Mullen. A.K.A. Jimmy the Jack. A.K.A. You're the last communist. You're beyond union. Darn hootin'. All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rochelle. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. What am I doing? Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. What do I see? Gray sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. How does it feel? Humid,
Your coat shields you from the rain, while the city shivers around you. What is it in the west? Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading to the ocean, wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Rochelle. Ghosts rise into the sky. Who are you, ghosts? The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you go there? Will I? No. You are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day. What is down the shore? Urban coastline, rain dripping off eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. And beyond that? Coal City, end of all lines. Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Your hair is an oily mess, flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise from somewhere in the distance. What is in the east? The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Clench your teeth to stop shuddering. Beyond the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal, shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Rochelle Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow. And beyond that? La Drezerin, King Drizz's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary. What is across the distributary? Coron, the lower middle class, distributary after distributary, cuts the city in blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain. What is beyond the Coron? A silvery curtain of rain over the houses, the class divide. What's in the north? Cape-side apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from mortar. Hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. And closer to here? A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks. No longer. I see his body there. What's in the south? A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. And on the other side? The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt into jamrock. Where the hood at? Have a brother in the cut! Where the wood at? Thanks, Shivers. I appreciate you. Why am I not there? To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the widest part of town, in the shadow. To be fair, Shivers is the supernatural. It's that feeling you feel so small and you can imagine everything around you. He hasn't seen a reality where the body is down yet. True! That's true. You're right. In the shadow of the day, the revolution failed. Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock City stretches inland. Shudder, look further. In the rain-swept distance above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. What's above? Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where the rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. Motherfucker. The rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we're dressed for it. Let's keep moving. The body's down! All is well. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pine wood branch. It's gently laid on one side. Beautiful. Wipe a tear from your eye. Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Lieutenant nods approvingly. Oh my god! Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Alright, let's see what we got. Holy shit! Why did I get all these skill points? Alright, let's level up that. Let us level up some of this. What else do you think I should level up? You think I should start going into perception? You know, I think perception would be a good idea, actually. Nice. Perception is good. Perception does a lot. So I have maxed out Inland Empire right now. 13 in Inland Empire. In a Spirit Decor, almost maxed out. So Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Okay, field autopsy? Max Wacky. Yes, he covers his nose and lists 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We're on number 3. What the fuck are they on about? Cop's gotta cut his shit up. Don't we have don't we have someone else for this? A doctor? How's my visual calculus? Not so good. But we can fix that. Might need to pump that up for the autopsy. Got it. Alright, there's a way to... Let's leave for a moment. Alright, I got ways to change this. Alright, Smokes. Don't let me down. We're going for +3. So, we got a +3 for calculus right now. I wonder if I can smoke more and if it would make the bonus even better. That's a negative. That's a big fat negative. Alright, Smokes, don't let me down. What's my encyclopedia at? 2. I could change that, I think. Make conceptualization a bit better, too. I can't make my encyclopedia any better, but I can at least keep this jacket on.
Alright. Now's the time. Smokes, don't let me down. Otherwise, well, I could just do something else and get some stuff up. The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight at you. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. Lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Come on, officer. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there. There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. He nods approvingly. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right, he nods. You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenants are relieved that you know protocol. Open your ledger 2. Tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Looney Rooney. Never mind. You got nothing. Come on, go back later, capo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11th field info form needs filling out first. It begins with 1. Assistant. That's you. Leave it empty. The corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says... Coroner's case number. KK57 TAC 0803.0815. Write it down. Next. Name. We've heard Nom de Grey. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down. Lely. Nom de Grey. What's next? Date of birth? Date of birth. Nod. NA. Age. The man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Roughly 50. The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. 6. Race. Mondial. Write it down. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other. Sex. Fuck you fuck, the little monster exclaims energetically. Male. Pig's gonna have sex. Fucky fuck. Male. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face. Date of death. We're going with March 4th, 51. Right? 040351. What else? He looks over your shoulder. 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. KK57 tag 0503. TAC 0815 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only 1 box remains. Evidence of treatment. None. At least not after the initial examination. A strange word. Treatment. What exactly is treatment, anyway? Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure. I'm not sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? They'd have to have incapacitated and carry him. This man was more than a match for untrained dock workers. He placed his hand on the man's chest as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from the pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform, and then... Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Furabach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There's darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Caroon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Torson, and extended he approaches to make sure she is dead, more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This one was a suicide, the other an accident, the small one. And so all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath. We should start the postmortem. Turn the page. The corpse
cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningly interacts with the surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why. External examination summary. Close. He begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Abroadine, I think. Let's see. He turns the body over onto its side to check the underwear label. See, it's happening! Borodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color, white. The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write it down. The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from the blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of boots is left for processing. Write it down. Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. Upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added in the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the seam using a Trigant Mini. Write down. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Write it down. He produces a measuring tape, well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.80 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Write it down. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. He kneels to get a better look. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back short. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. The hair under your latex gloves feels cold to the touch. Wet. Stroke his hair. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. Keep petting him. More hair sticks to the glove, hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below an alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now. There, baby. Lieutenant watches you in silence. Write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness. That was some sick shit. He coughs. Levivity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown low velocity. Fucking low velocity! The kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max! Talking shit about Kuno's velocity. Lieutenant pays no heed. In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Write it down. Ligature mark. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot cut. The steel wiring. He concedes, breathless. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get the ligature mark. You got the right tool. For that, chain cutters. Good thing we got these. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose. Good thing we've got these chain cutters. Pet them. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can. See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off! Make sure you find a good spot first. Yep. Oh yeah. No, he ain't. See, he looks blasé. Your pig's a boring fuck. I'm not your pig, Kuno. You are, he says with calm certainty. You're Kuno's pig. Concentrate on the belt, not whose pig. There's no pig. There are only chain cutters. The belt. Look for a good spot. The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread. Rising from the east. Alright, let's go. Woo! After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together. Sweat forming on your brow. Press down. Yeah, it fucked up real hard last time. Press snap. The belt is slashed. Another cut, and the belt falls like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it. The lieutenant kneels closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is the back of the neck. As it ought to be. This is where the grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin below and above and below the literature mark. The mark is well produced, consistent with a drop from 1 to 15 meters. Right down. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour, abdomen is prominent, pelvis intact, genitalia. He pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it! This is clearly what they've been waiting for. Ever since the autopsy began, the lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible. Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death? Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant. Now, I was trying to get a psychic read. No, you weren't, officer. That would be preposterous. He shakes his head. Just write down that we request a semen, vaginal, and anal fluid analysis. The man with his pants down does not have an opinion on the matter. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor. Inspect the genitals. The dead man's penis is average size, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length and hanging underneath. Warning! Ball talk. Genitalia's greenish marbling is present around the crotch. You should touch it. You should touch it. No, electrochemistry. I think I'll just write it down. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you was a temple of pain, that little tenderness in life. At least electrochem is by. True. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of the skin. This is the body of a soldier or mercenary. We have a real museum here of battles, wars. Write it down. Last item, hand. He takes the man's right hand, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand. His flesh is cold, icy. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Where are you from? What's your name? My name is... I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is El Capo. How can I... What can I do for you, Le Capo di Cappadocio? Pleasure's all mine. Tell me, are you a temple of pain and a stranger to tenderness? You get me, Capo. I feel like you were once for tenderness and kisses yourself, but that shit went south. And now you're ahead of even me on the pain front. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean. I'm sorry. Listen, Cece. As a fellow who doesn't know anything until I hear it, all I can do is read. If anything, I'll just make static noises every time I see a word I don't know. Hands are clean, the lieutenant concludes. The dead man's fingers slip from your hand. Cold, sausage-like, no sign of injury from struggling. Were you expecting any? I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing any. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Working so close to the fumes coming from the corpse must be hard. You realize suddenly the lieutenant has been barely keeping together these past two items. Kobo rhymes with Lobo. Oh, gotcha. Cabo? Labo? Kobo? Lobo? Kobo di Copodocia. Oh, he turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face into the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for external. Well done. What's next? Internal examination. Summary. Let's leave for a moment. Alright. This is very important. Central nervous system, he says, and then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? You don't even have a joke. God damn. Hold up. You know what? I think I should increase my conceptualization. How close am I to leveling up?
God, I'm not even fucking close. Jeez Louise. Ugh! What the fuck can I do? It's a passive roll, ain't it? No, it's a set challenge point. It's, to meet this, you have to have a 10. Okay, you know what? If that's the case, then we will continue with that. Yep. Medium 10, your total 9. Nope, write it down. Musculoskeletal purge fluid is coming from the mouth. He gets close to the swollen mouth hole, eyes squinting from the fumes. No injury related, eyes and tongue protuberant, hydroid bone, let's see. With his hands almost closed, the lieutenant lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently. The rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night. Yeah, jack that fucker off! Hydroid bone is fractured, he says at the rod. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Right down. Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. Respiratory system. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in the mucus of the lips and mouth. Ooh. From here it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart, thyroid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands. Look inside the dead man's mouth. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight into that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in. Look deeper inside. You manage to suppress the contractions, trying your empty stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you can see nothing but darkness, more meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later. Oh, that's cute. Write it down. He wipes his brow. He hepatobiliary NA. Why don't we have anything? He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Are you a stomach expert? I don't think so. Neither am I. And what's that? That's that. That's it. And that's it? That's it. Okay. Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Both? Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there, the completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do. We only have one test as per regulation, and we already requested semen. Pigs requesting semen like it's no big deal. I'm not even interested in these boring anymore. Haven't sucked them off or anything. Yep, better leave it to that. More important. Leave it NA then. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood is gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Alright, down. Gastrointestinal. He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around on the ground, the pool of feces there. And he touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly and says, digested semi-solid fluid in stomach. Viola. Write it down. Omit the viola. What's next on the list? Description of injuries. Summary. Let's see. He tilts his head. We have bite marks, contusions on head and chest, and ligature mark encircling the neck. You need 3 fields.
Leave a fourth one, too. Oh. Voila. Voila! Voila. I swear you had. I've never seen it before. I've never seen it with my eyes. Voila. Bite marks. He nods. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused injury to the body. Odontologist. Not needed to be consulted. Write it down. And your opinion, officer? Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes to be checked. Opinion, fatal, non-fatal, post-mortem. Agreed. Next entry. Contusions. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. Injury does not have the rim of early inflammatory response. Perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing a post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko! Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuno. He's silent. Oh, excuse me. Write it down. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where there are countless stones that hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes. Non-fatal, post-mortem. Next, next. Literature mark. Finish the autopsy. What's the 4th injury for? Field 4. Nothing, just in case. Literature mark. Finish the autopsy. A dark red abraded literature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. High road bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the literature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing at the neck. Write it down. Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring around his neck is visible. Non-fatal. Post-mortem. The lieutenant falls silent abruptly. He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck. A column of cold air encircles you, rising slowly, upward in the shape of a courtyard, bordered by cracked plaster, windows, seagulls perched on air conditioning units. A small green enclosure in the middle of the corral of tenants, Cape-side apartments whirling in rags in the fortress wall of Terminal B above it. A thin blanket of coastal stratus clouds. Higher yet, coalition airships guard over 21 cordons of the zone of control. The air is crisscrossed with radio transmissions. The hair on your neck rises. Was I right? You were. Oh, that's so good! That's so good! Thanks, Shivers. Why do you say that? He tilts his head. I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him. Okay, why don't you think that? Why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this? I would tie his hands when marching to the gallows. Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrists. That part was blurred for me, the stench. He covers his mouth. But you're right. I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. Let's wrap this up. I pronounced this field autopsy over. First, how'd it go? It was... He looks for the right words. An irregular field autopsy. I did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the core of the autopsy, but personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was de rigueur. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks. If we're lucky, I would not hold my breath. What else? We were thorough with a list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. Oh, yeah. Well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink's in order. What now? I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive to Felberg. Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages for processing. He looks at the dead man one more time, and at the slip of red paper. And then at the corpse again. He's thinking, did I miss something? Here's the tough one. This is the tough one.
God, I have nothing that increases perception. Nope. Sure don't. Alright, let's get the good jacket on. Got no hat. God, my radix fucking 0. I take the hat off. Hat for another time. Did you level up? Nope, but I'm close. Whoop. Getting a call. So fucking close. Let's give it one shot, and then we'll come back after interviewing the boys. Eyes don't let me down. Man's decomposing visibly now. Every hour he looks less like a creature, more like a pile of intestines. Let's fucking go! Ah! Oh! Alright, one more try. One more try. One more try. 5 tries. We give it 5 tries. Try number 2. Fucking... The bones betray me. The bones fucking betray me. Alright, try number 3. Looking clean. Number 3! Ha 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 ha! Oh! Ha, 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 ha.
Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand. What is it? His face, his cheeks, his nose, his swollen, fat, swollen lips.
First try.
First try. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent all around. Crawl up his nostrils. They're swollen shut. You really need a push to get in. Push your fingers in his nose. Only the little one fits. Its flesh changes as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The fuck's he doing?
You hear a voice squeak. It sounds very far away.
The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Put your fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, even through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth.
Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Open your eyes and look. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands, is studded with teeth. It looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his mouth.
And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right on the soft plate,
right in the soft palate,
you see a hole barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished, no larger than a 0.4 centimeter in radius. The edges appear darkened.
Say, fuck yeah. He agrees. Keep going. Kuno nods too. He takes a step closer.
Touch it with your finger, gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Put your finger in. Your index finger fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Large enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem. The fuck is happening? Oh shit, see.
Brainstem? Yes, that's what this part is called. You've seen the drawings. You've studied them.
Feel around first. The basal ganglia feels clumpy.
What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. The funk soul brother at the back of his head has gone dark forever. Push deeper. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There's no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. Check it out now! The funk soul brother right about now! The funk soul brother. Check it out now! The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The elations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet. There's a cavity right between the hemispheres. Lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Fucking cavity, see? Kuno's voice is hushed. Fucking cavity, see? Kuno's voice is hushed. And he's like, what the fuck is happening? Quivering with awe. Push deeper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of a skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him. Wriggle in. Your fingers reach towards his skull. His central cortex feels like jelly, cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold, serrated metal. It edges right through the latex and into your finger. The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush. I feel a solid object right under the skull. Can you get it? He reaches his pockets for something. Inspect the skull first. There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right at the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it from the inside. The object that is there stopped just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium. We have the makings of a very small exit wound here. Lieutenant leans closer. Forget about the fucking exit wound. The pig is wearing him like a fuck puppet. Thanks, Kunasi. Her voice is absolutely sizzling with excitement. Fish it out. Don't let down, Kunasi. You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. Your jaw is clenched. All you need to do is just... I got it. My pig's fucking got it! What is it? Slowly pull your fingers out. The inside of the head feels cold and smooth like a glove you put on, sweat sizzling down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The guarding glove is covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead. Fucking beautiful. A bullet. The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in. The bullet falls in the bag. He was shot in the head, Itty. Leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eye and says, unknown caliber, rifles, some kind of brittle alloy, fractured on impact. Can I have it? Of course, you deserved it. The lieutenant drops the bag in your hand. It feels light. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound on abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. Oh, high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occupant. He underlines the injury forcefully. How's that sound? Sounds like heaven. Opinion. Fatal injury. You're goddamn right. Click, click goes the pen. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Literature mark. New opinion. Non-fatal post-mortem. New opinion. Non-fatal post-mortem treatment. Literature mark. The fractured hyoid bone. It was all treatment. Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard, all of it was done after this man was already dead. Dead, daba, doop doop. Deadity, dead, dead. You think so? Agreed. He nods. I have my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him here? Not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. Ho! Leveled up. There are other signs, too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as the cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them. We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in that. Who would do this? That's for us to find out. But this, it will make it finding them just a little easier. Why would any do this? To hide something. To hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened. I think I need to wash myself. Oh, he nods. You really, really do. I'm glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling Rag should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it this evening. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I'm certain it has more to tell us. This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it. Thanks, hand-eye coordination. What happens next? We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen in my kinema. We transport him to process. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. You'll be gone? What should I do in the meantime? Work on the case, tend to personal matters, try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in the neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. He looks you in the eye. Great work, detective. After you bag the corpse, Kim will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it'll be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly. We'll send Kim off. Let's bag him. Take him away. Lieutenant takes the body away. Work alone for the rest of the day. Alright. He takes out a shiny black metal body bag. Black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face. I'll need help carrying him. You take the legs. I'm sorry, you take the hands, I'll take the legs. Bag the corpse and carry it to the motor carriage. Woo! We did it! More perception? Or should I max out Esprit de Corps? I think we'll go for perception for now. What do you do when I usually am away, Mullen? Wait for you to get back? Whoa. Perception goes up. Oh, we're gonna have so much more to see now. I'll tell you what. Alright, let me get my things back on. Eyes didn't let me down. Alright, I gotta deal with Kuno. Oh, hey. Hey, fence. Oh boy. See a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza. Why am I looking at this? Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. What kind of vehicle drove through here? Hard to say. We'll leave for now. Alright, let's improve our visual calculus. Just a bit. God. Alright. Alright, visual calculus! Don't let me down! Alright. 4 more tries. Luckily, loading a save does not take long. Oh wait, do I still have my smokes? I do not still have my smokes. Ah, we'll give it another try. Nope.
I have to be careful with my whole smokes thing. Then again, I don't really see myself getting injured, so... Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. I'll calm the fuck down. Alright. 2 more tries. Hey! Their tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber. Start, crash, reverse, turn. Some of the rubber stick to the tiles right above the whirling rags. This is point A, where the driver started there. Then accelerated straight into the fence. What happened next? Oh no. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry. This is significant somehow. Maybe, probably.
An ominous warning of bad things ahead.
I think I got it. Thanks, Inland. I appreciate you. Oh boy. Didn't see that first playthrough. Sure fucking didn't. We know what that leads to. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Inland Empire literally gives us some insights.
Necromancer pig! That ship was dark! Going in there like that! Brutal shit! Tell me! Kuno dies! You're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets! Gonna look like a fucking porcupine!
Porta Rosa, a side alley of the Boogie Street spearhead. A young man in his early 20s approaches patrol officer Emil Mullins and asks for a cigarette. As Officer Mullins reaches into his coat pocket for the pack of Astra he just purchased this morning. The man shoots him point blank in the chest. Breathless, the patrol officer collapses in the gutter. His right hand is grabbing the armor on his chest. The bullet didn't pierce it, but he can't breathe. On the pavement, the patter of the perpetrator's feet growing distant. Bleed, pig! Someone opens a window and says, but Emil can't see who. His sight grows dim with pain. I'll be there for you, Kuno. Gotcha! Yeah, there's a dreamy look in his eyes. I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno, pig! He points at his chest with both thumbs. Kuno, primal, violent. Kuno, sounds like something you'd call a rabid dog. Yeah, his eyes light up. Think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit. He seems glad someone understood what he was going for. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence. Watch out, Kuno. He's gonna try to fill you. He's gonna put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. Sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overhead the yard. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape! Help! The boy joins in. He's got the Kuno! Help! Just answer the questions. I'm not doing anything. See? Everybody help! He's digging his dick out! Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid! Pigs are hurting Kuno! Someone please! It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez. Look at this shitting grin. He knows there's nothing that you can do. He's bullying you and you're helpless. Kill him. Kill him. He won't see the death coming. Shut him down. Shut him down! Glass him! Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap. Fuck. The disoriented 12-year-old is trying to get his bearings. I think we can have a normal conversation now. Am I right, Kuno? You killed Kuno!
Kuno.
Thanks, Kunasi. Wish I could have seen it. Now I got some questions. Yeah, we missed this dialogue. I'll go for another 30 minutes. I'll go till 6:30.
Does Kuno care?
Let's go figure out what's going on with this kid.
It's not Kuno, it's Kunasi. Interesting. How?
Kunasi is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other one hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came with that psychotic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kunasi was the one who wound him up and directed him. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone. Act on it. Try and separate them. Kuno, psst. Fuck you whispering about? He whispers back. He's whispering too. He's going with it, but watch what happens. Fuck you, burp. Whispering about? If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? He turns back to you and hunkers down. Let's whisper, pig. This is it. You got him. Be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this. Oh, they lean down. It's good. What's up with her? She's terrifying. Crazy scary. Crazy, he whispers tersely. You don't even know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs. Stop talking to him, Kuno. I'm fucking warning you. You're gonna get us into shit. She understands what you're trying to do. Yo, C pops his head up. Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got under control. You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back, so she can't read his lips. What do you think she means? She smoked someone. Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. C's a killer. She stares at you intently, like actually a killer. His little green eyes are fixed on yours. Really? Isn't she too small to overpower someone? Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? She pokes you in the gut. Sweet talk him, then knife him. She probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Okay, how many cops has she killed then? Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that. He feels eyes on the back of his head and stops. There's something cold in the air, like water lapping against cold stones or dripping. In a hallway nearby, 3 years ago, there are shoes in the corner. Creature peers at you both from over the fence. There's something searching in her eyes. Fear. Said she's insane? Yeah, she's psycho. He leans in even closer. None of that kitty psycho cat burning shit. She's the real deal. Whoa. Yeah. He watches it sink in. What's the real deal? Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig. You don't want to know. You think she has anything to do with the dead man? Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Where were you? Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it. What's that language she uses? Fuck knows. She says it's a song of her people or some shit. What people? Crazy people. The fucking... Don't know. Some things are too awful to dwell on. Might be some sort of defense mechanism. She your sister? Fuck no, she ain't my sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit. Stray? Yeah, she was just there. He points at the apartment building behind the fence. What is that, Kuno? Little one twists her neck, looking at the building. Kuno flinches and lowers his voice even more. She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack in the dark. The hallway there? The janitor's closet? Point. Yeah, that's the place. She was balled up near the closet, psycho style. Why was she dripping wet? Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor, too. She was there for 3 days in the corner. Every time Kuno went out. She got in? How? I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes like a dog. What about your parents? Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her. Wow, I leveled up. She thinks it's fucking Kuno. He points at himself. Shit's all on Kuno. Kuno. Kunasi? Two of a kind. Why is she called Kunasi then? Because she fucking looks like Kuno. Don't even know her name? No one knows her name. Kuno told you this shit was psycho killer.
How are you dealing with all this? How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. Doesn't need any fucking with it. C doesn't either. That is sad. Kuno's got this shit under control. He spits through the gap in his teeth. You need backup. I'm here for you. Listen, listen. He points to his eyes, then yours. C's is fuck Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you threaten to take her away. This is where it all comes down. He needs you to take him seriously now. The boy looks you in the eyes. Black Poople's trying to focus. I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you have the cuffs on her. Sneak up on you later and fuck you up. You understand? He may not be able to do it, but he'll try. Right now, he believes he wills. Understood, Kuno. All right. He wipes the sweat off his brow. Now we can do business. Business. Yeah, what do you want? Kuno can hook you up with, Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno! See, relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You gotta respect the Kuno. He turns back to you. You get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna hook you up on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, big pig. Get this hook in you. Then Kuno's gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style, pig hooker. Shit, you can even fuck in the back of Kuno's kingdom. The fucking pile of Eternite. Iterite. Points to the back of the yard. It's a secret door, okay? You just pull it off, you can fucking Kuno's shack. He concludes with an invitation of benevolent yard. He means the shack on the right of the green shed with snow melting off the roof. Alright, what's this all about? You run an errand and illegal narcotics, Kuno? Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. His eyes bulge, their veins reach out like tree branches. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now Junkie's clawing at Kuno's door. Street's going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Okay. Alright. Dirty popo man is you, he nods at the building behind him. In there's Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you have half the speed. Who's your dad, Kuno? Kuno's dad's a fucking monster, he says proudly. He's the most violent man in Roboshul. Doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too. Are you sure you can take the most violent man of Roboshul in your condition? How much material are we talking about? Like half, he says very confidently. Half of what? A baggie, but like in a vial. That's not very much material at all. Fucking you talking about? Half a G? This shit is a giant grade A, so clean you can barely see it. You can barely see it because it's barely there. Because there's barely any. Thanks, visual calculus. Made my mind. I'm going in there, but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Roboshul. Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like it when Kuno's when he's out. Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you're fucked. You're already fucked your way in. Kuno knows everything. Grosser points at his eyes. Go to room number 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Policeman style. Police violent style. Kuno style. Then it's action time. You're locked in a room with a violent fuckhead. Split a kilo. But one is a lie because you want drugs. Kuno doesn't fucking care. He used to say that all the fucking time. I think they literally patched it out. Take these fucking glasses off me.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you smiling. Her nose is red, also from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. What is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
Oh boy. She is unfazed by your question. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness. What is a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
She is a very nice little girl, and now I will die for her. Interesting,
My
thanks.
pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Mind if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom, her name is Placience. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register, or organizing the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. That's a politeness on another level. And you're standing here in the cold because? I'm signaling that the store is open. She nods eagerly. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. That's the level of politeness I try to push with Merrick. Fuck yeah. A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold. You're cold. Can I help in some way? Kind of you to offer, sir. She doesn't know what to say. What could you do to help her anyway? Well, such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. I should have a word with the store owner, maybe? Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mom by luring in customers. She says, stands upright, smiles like a little soldier. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep me warm. Shouldn't you be in school or something? I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mom keep this place running. Isn't school more important than this? Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. How's business going? Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being... She looks over her shoulder. Cursed. Behind her, the windows have been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and there's some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders. Cursed? In what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that there's no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... She's looking for the right word. Bankrupt. Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far. It sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window. Yes, she chirps. Please do go look in our wares inside. The postcards and the board games you asked about are also there, sir. What do you know about the other failed businesses? How's this curse manifest? Enough about that curse for now. Nothing really, sir. Mom doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms of the cellar. She looks a bit disappointed. I don't really know what's there. How does this curse manifest itself? I'm not sure, sir. I don't really know anything about curses. She looks around confused. Her eye lands on the sign that says crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. She brightens up and points at it. But I do know books. We can talk about books. What is this crime business? What is romance? What is romance? It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. She imagines, for a moment, perhaps imagining herself. She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about a man and a lady business. What about when both of the men are bad? That's not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. What if it's written really well? Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. What about a poor man getting a rich lady? It happens, but usually a guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the Revolution or something. I see. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it turns out just fine in the end. I hope that this is one of those stories. What about when everyone's poor? That's not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Sometimes you need to write about real life things. Yeah, poor people are bored. Not a romance book, sir.
They're about nice and pretty people, and everyone's happy in the end. What about a book when the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Ooh, scraping the sky there for a second there, HB. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mom. Yeah, maybe she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain recommendation. Only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life. Okay. Fucking Harry was going deep. Dick Mullen here was going down a dark road. Sometimes they break up for a little while, but then they always get back together. That's enough romance for me. I have other questions. What's this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch criminals. Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know about what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Crime is what criminals do and policemen solve? Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going. She tots. It's kind of like a puzzle, too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. I'm a policeman myself, by the way. You don't look like a policeman, she examines you, trying to find something policemen like. Well, what does a cop look like, then? Don't mean to offend you, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. She points to the book cover, on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good. It's not about your It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your point to your head. Head, yes! No, your resilience, grit, a total disregard for personal safety. You gotta take the pain. This Mullen guy looks like he'd run to his mom. Ain't got no balls. She looks over the cover illustration and frowns. That's a bit childish. No, it's too much. I don't want to say that to a little girl. She raises an eyebrow. Say what, sir? Never mind you. Never you mind. I'm not impressed with this Mullen guy. You don't have to be, sir, she smiles mischievously. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. I flex! Who are these famous people? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old. Artists and writers, musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. She scratches her cold reddened cheek and then continues. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. Seems like most people who read books fail to get more famous from reading them. Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it? Oh, but it does make the famous people more famous, she smiles gleefully. They're all dorks. Thanks, Half-Light. Right on the money. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someday someone will write a book about me. Why would they do that, sir? Why indeed? I'm just an old, tired cop. What use am I? You're not that old. Maybe you'll do something really important. Something that'll wow the world. Thanks, girl. You are very kind. Yes, sir. She smiles and takes a sip from her vacuum bottle. Okay, bye-bye. I must deduce. Deduce!
Hello again, sir.
Hello, miss. I have to deduce something right now. I'm a genius! Ah, ha, 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 ha. The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that? Hey, why do you keep your hands folded? What do you mean, sir? She looks wary. She knows where this is going. You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show. It's okay. She brings out her reddened hands. Her nails are frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh. You bite your nails? And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? She shoots you a suspicious glance. There were a few other hints. Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. She's actually impressed, but this is more of a defense mechanism. Hold up. I have another perception. Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. She nods, half productive, half enthusiastic. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers, child laborers in dismal working conditions. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. As an intense dedication to the way of business, there are no riches without personal sacrifice. You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Dismay flickers in her eyes. Maybe so, sir. She sighs. Okay, I know, it's a bad habit, I shouldn't. Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town. It was okay, sir. She's still got a rebellious streak. There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same thing. You think so? Fine. Do better. To do something about me. You're quite sober. She snaps back. Hey, wait. How do you know I'm not... I'm usually not. And I'm having a grand time. I sure hope you are, sir. She rubs her red nose. She stands there, swaying on her feet, assaulted by an early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar somehow. Alright, see you later, Annette. And then I save again. And I'm having a good old time about it! What about it? What about me being
Hi,
sober?
Detective. Are you here for more books?
Oh, that's cute. What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before. Hang on. So, you know me. We've met somewhere before. Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. She sways back and forth on her feet. You've been running around for several days, talking about small churches and how everyone betrayed you, sir. Oh boy, past me. Did I ever talk to you? Of course. You stopped by a few times. She looks at you intently. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Thanks, I'm trying. Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore. Party eyes? You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. She giggles at the thought. It certainly looks odd on a man. The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That's what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah! You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics? Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing. So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with? I didn't know I had to do that. She looks puzzled. Thanks, I learned something about myself today. Glad I could help you, sir. Okay, see you around, Annette. Annette, I must save your life! Before I end this dream. I must convince your mother that she is wretched. And then smack her over the head with a bat. It's the only way. It's the only way. Save her. Smacks with bat. Oh god, there's so much here. I wonder if this works. Yeah, I do get money from that. Gift books and molten candy. So I have a thought that gives me money whenever I look at things. You know what? I'll play until White Morning is done.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Plaisance. The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Oh boy, lady. You have no idea who you're tussling with. A gold pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me money? No, I'm not saying that. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
I'm not asking her that. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work. What if I want to buy a book? Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? She fiddles with her pendant and waves her bony fingers directly at you. See those shelves there? Go, be drawn. So what type of books do you have? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. She nudges her glasses. The shelves compel you, don't they? She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about books. Do you even know what books you have on sale? She scoffs. Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff, very well-written with well-written prose. But you don't learn about important things in life from fabricated stories. Wait, shouldn't a shopkeeper know her wares? I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine. She wriggles her bony fingers at you. Where do I learn about the important things, then? The truth is available if you just know where to look. And you have to open and free your mind to understand. She nods at you cryptically. Alright, I'll take a look then. Hey, your daughter is the one staying outside the store, right? Farewell for now, book peddler. Here's the thing, everyone. Everything in the store is kind of expensive. And I want to know if you'd all be alright with me getting a little money to buy the cool things.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance.
You see, Eddie, I have accessible to me something known as an engine, if you will. An engine that allows me to manipulate the amount of money that I have on my person at any given time. A cheat engine! And I would simply need to hone down the number.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and
to get it.
Biographies of Famous
So, my loving audience, would you want to see me buy everything in this store? The girl outside mentioned this place was cursed. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? She blinks. I'll have a word with her. This place is not cursed. Alright, we have a cheat. Sure, go for it. We'll cheat. Because otherwise, there's no way we'd be able to buy everything in the store. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir. Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels like it's ghostly. Your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right? Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lures you into the store. 10. She is certainly very polite and helpful. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. It's pretty shitty. She's immensely satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as mine. The way you're handling her is striking me as wrong. All this pressure is really has made her anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails? God, I told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. Her voice is firm. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life. Part of hers, too, clearly. I don't think she can do anything about it. She can if she has enough willpower. That is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that. I usually don't know anything. She's saying stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality. One where they are wrong. It's not easy. All of a sudden, she exhales sharply. Her shoulders slump down. Oh no. She mutters, hold on, I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. Turns with a nod. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress, she stops. But her mouth keeps moving. It sounds like the husband and mother treat her the way she treats Annette. You're like Annette to your husband and your mother. Oh, she nudges her glasses nervously. Well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband, she shakes her head. My husband is completely different, of course. Is this husband Annette's father? Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in business we're running here, she says gloomily. No matter, soon we'll be off to Grand Caroon. Wait, Grand Caroon? What's that? It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You know it for its massive housing projects. Your head feels light and dizzy. A cold wind caresses your flesh. What's going on? Monstrous buildings loom over Grand Caroon. A cold wind howls in the empty halls of the homes built upon delusions. Why? There's no life in Grand Caroon. No one can afford to live there. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. Her smile is wide. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead, for sure. And your husband's also involved with the bookstore? He's made an initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. Is she an only child? Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... She pauses for a second. No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy. Why not? We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Her voice wavers a little. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. She gestures in politeness. I'm sorry. I'm sure you understand. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Patience nods. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I, of all people, understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off. Alright, I got something else in mind. The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette. For now, peddler of books. Book peddler? Here's the thing. I want this. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. There's a lot of shelf space. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Werrell-related merchandise. Shopkeep, what board games do you have here? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of the Ensalade, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubrighter is a fun game of economic competition, but it can get quite tense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Wow! I have children? A family? Oh! Oh! It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you. I don't feel like as if I have any kids. Friends are technically like family. She fiddles with her pen, thinking. $12. $12. For playing with friends, I recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set to brutally colonize and repress civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Now, watch my power grow. Risk! Damn straight it's risk. Like magic! I gained money from that purchase. Wonderful choice, sir. Magically rich? She smiles at you. A wholesome family game. Kim would annihilate you at that. Oh, he'd kill me. He's merciless. Kim the merciless. What are these riddle things? Lousy ores there, she shudders. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kinds of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities, highly immoral stuff. You can buy them. No empathy in war. God, he's so straight-nosed. Straight spine, just everything. You can still buy them, though. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. You're right, Placians. I love Satans. Who's into D&D, right? Let's get some D&D stuff. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welcome Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large, hard-bound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katuak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-own-path adventure game book titled Tales of Rill, Cavern of
Velkrag. Anything that catches my eyes? There's a box that says World 3rd Edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. A side panel notes a fantastique adventure board game. New maps and miniatures. The sticker on it displays 25 real. Nonsense for anemic bio cards. I buy it. If you say so, she gives you a curious glance, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals. Why is it so cheap? I can get a hotel room for that amount of money. Old sports magazine tucked away in the red corner. We buying. We're about fun here. Let's take a look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, we'll get to that soon. Oh boy.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. What are you doing now? Math. She looks at her notebook with trepidation. It's really difficult, like, really. They say you needed to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Suddenly she smiles and perks up, remembering something. Oh, I found something while you were away. What is that? What is it? Dick Mullins' hat! I thought this would fit you. She gives you a hat, almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Like a thanks for helping me out. Not me, the city I mean. Like a detective does. Hey, where'd you get it? Just what Dick Mullen would ask. She lowers her voice. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. A detective hat? Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time, she grins. You'll look way more serious with that. Suddenly, she looks back at the infernal scribblings under her nose. Right, I have to get back to my homework now before Mom notices. Man, this is hard. Best end! Give me that hat. My god. I look fantastic. If anything, this wide-rimmed hat looks even better than the hat Dick Mullen wears. Dick Mullen is stupid, and not even real. You're real. Your brain is real. Your real brain is inside the hat. We buying more stuff. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular and sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Or Helmdall. Helmdall. Yep. Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Oh, Man from Helmdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. She looks at the book with some disdain. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Why are they so popular, though? Tell me about Conan the Barbarian. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystic things he encounters, they're bound to grab those with little imagination. Nothing else to do. Conan the Roguebarian. Yep. Cece, I was talking to Itty about this, but I was going over Conan, and that man is actually just a fucking rogue. Like, he kills a lot of dudes, he does some barbarian shit, but the majority of his shenanigans are him going to steal something or him assassinating someone stealthily. He tries to avoid having to do massive fucking bloodbaths. It's nuts. Sounds good. Which one should I start with? What does it matter? They're all the same. She rolls her eyes, then fiddles with her pendant. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallerman, the man from Heimdall, or Helmdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series. Give me the book! Oh yes, certainly. She rubs her hands together. I'd have a good sale. Look through the display of books. Rows and rows of Helmderman. Blur your vision. You take out some titles. The Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. The Man from Helmdall. Return to Helmdall. And the Soliphistic. Man from Helmdall and the Helmdall Man. I had a blink at that one. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? Man from Helmdall and the Sages at the End of the World. Man from Heimdall and the False God. Man from Heimdall and the Scorched Earth. Man from Heimdall. The Heimdall Colonies. Man from Heimdall and the Swamp Beast. Man from Heimdall and the Snow Crabs.
Those snow grabs are worse than they sound. Is that all? Not even close! Man from Hemdall in hell, man from Hemdall in the forest of slaves, man from Hemdall under the lake, man from Hemdall, Hemdall burning, and there's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat book set in the Hemdallian man, the world of the Hemdallian man, and so much more. Why are you here? Hey, Pain Threshold, did any of the books call out to me? Nothing of interest, only silence and cosmic radiation, background pain radiation. Thanks, Pain Threshold. We'll come back to that later. You bet your bottom dollar I'm coming back to that later. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Trout. I gotta do the Dick Mullen thing. Cece, what's the command for trout? It's exclamation point fish. Hooray! These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple spook novels hide amongst all the detective books, thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do. Starkeep, what's all this crime fiction? Oh, crime and robberies and murders, she lowers her voice, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. Look through them. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine risk misorientation of physical attributes in the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overestimate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon an officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of the books found on the shelves? Oh God, no. Sure thing. You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen, and the murder in the orchard. And the sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Oh no. Turns out to be he faked it to solve a case. Are there any more? Yes, there's also The Dame Who Didn't. Farewell, my Mullen. Fainting death seems to be a common trope in Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns for Dick Mullen. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on, this is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away sitting in an armored motor carriage. A bald man turns toward a lean man and pats him on the back. Come on, Chester, tell the story. Hey, it's Mac Torson! Come on, Chester, tell the story again. Again, man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting, Chester replies. The fuck it is, the bald man replies. And these guys haven't heard it, he motions to the civilian sitting in the back seat. You see, Chester here, he pokes his finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once. Gosh, why? One civilian looks on amazed. The bald man bells a reply. A very fucking dangerous case. Ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time. Yeah, sure came close, Chester mutters in return, then turns to the rapt listener. All right, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe. The inside of the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside, it starts to rain. Yeah, these are our partners that we've worked with. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. What do we have here? Mistaken identity. A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Why does this speak to me? Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions. Then this is the book for you! Let me buy this Dick Mullen book. Yes, of course. She shudders. Such violence and morality. I mean, enjoy! I'm loading myself fucking up with this chef. Loading it up! A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful. Stalk these books, miss. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. Stick time. I can't just let Dick Mullen go without answer. Another Dick Mullen book, woefully misrepresenting the police work. Sorry, the police work, yes. In this one, our detective returns from a trip having successfully solved a 100-years-old cold case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No! He doesn't even look like a normal law officer. In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. The brittle paperback book feels fragile to the touch. Examine the cover. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in the dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That seems to sum up the premise nicely. Continue. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he's a suspect. Start reading. The story opens with a knock at the door. Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charles Spillane, who is... Charlie Spillane? Spillane? Who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him from Vesper to a small town along the Elysium coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked and then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law. My immersion has been shattered 1,000 times in the first page. But also extremely accurate in your case. Hey, I'm trying at least. Oh, give it time. You'll fall off the wagon sooner or later. Yeah, keep reading. 2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vesper police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vesper police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence. The cops release a prime suspect so he can find the real killer? Are you shitting me? They're not shitting you, detective. This is what writers think passes for police procedure. Of course Mullen didn't do it. It's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman by the name of Diana Deneuve. Diana Deneuve? Deanna. Nice name. And not just any dame. She's truly 1 in a million. A knockout whose mind is as dangerous as her curves. But she's got a secret. Man who doesn't. Secrets are the currency of human relations. Your secrets are unknown even unto you. So does that make you a rich man or a beggar? Now this is getting interesting. Ho! My mind! Diana reveals that she was Spillane's lover, and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling at the strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvled, each of whom has their own reasons for wanting Splain dead. Tell me about the corrupt police captain. Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his fair share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder? Or the politician's son? A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Splain, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he does have the correct height, and while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own. What about the art collector? Torvlod, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steadily enough to actually hit someone, let alone plunge it 3 times in their chest. Plug them 3 times in their chest, the way old Splain got did. That said, Torvlad and Splain have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvlad was once involved with Diana. Could it be this is all over a sordid love triangle? Alright, let's get on with the story. One evening, Diana comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. 2 of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms. Yes, comfort and pleasure, the warmth of another human's touch, the burning taste of liquor on his sweet, full lips. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer. How does Mullen expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with a witness? The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing if all the evidence gets thrown out in court over police misconduct. I'm not sure I'm happy with this, but maybe the story will turn it around. As the 2 lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Diana turns to Mullen and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you. I love you." The name of the true killer. Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly. Fuck. When Mullen comes to, Diana's dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood. Double fuck! Mullen trashes his bloodstained clothes and frees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Diana's body, if they haven't been tipped off already. Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence, even if Dick Mullen didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars. The heat is on! If Dick Mullen can't solve both murders before the cops catch him, he's going away for life! Can you solve the case before the cops close in? Wait, I've got some questions first. Alright, what is it, detective? Why did everyone close to Dick Mullen end up dead? It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullen never lets anyone get too close. What's the matter? Afraid you've been hacking up your friends' bodies in the night? Have you gone over everyone? Is anybody missing? This is making fun of the fugitive a bit. I'm thinking about that a bit, yeah! Why did Dick Mullen become a detective in the first place? There was never a time where he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective. Was I not born to be a detective? For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is, a collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. From nowhere, you hear the screech of sneakers on wax floor and you feel the burn of rope against your hands. Are these figments of some other life? You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words. Ooh, that's weird. Why even bother solving crimes when the world is so evil? Is it really so evil, detective? Alright, maybe not. There's parts worth saving. Like what? Friends and family. Do you even have those? I've got Kim. Just make sure you don't lose him. You'll not find another like him. It's true in more ways than you know. But then, what does this book know? It's just poorly made piece of pulp garbage, made to be consumed and discarded. It is really sweet. I don't have any more questions. I figured it all out. Love did them in. What? That doesn't make sense. There's not even a straight answer with you, is there? You just get hooked on random stupid notions and repeat them every chance you get. Now go find out who really did it. Finish the book. You begin furiously flipping through the pages. Even as you know these pages follow a series of well-known tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast you don't even notice the ancient spy coming unglued. No! You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough. They're gone. Dozens of pages scattered across the floor. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible you could gather them and reassemble pages. That would take too long. Stupid old horse glue! Yes, blame the dead horse for your fat, clumsy fingers. Don't forget, it could have been delirium tremens. In your hands, you hold 4 fists of Dick Morley and a mistaken identity. Put the book away. Ah! No! Oh, hey. White morning. Time to get depressed! And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. 20% zoom out distance. All motor learning caps raised by 1. I'm about to level up. Zoom. Every time. Every fucking time. Every time something in the thought cabinet comes up, I just get sad. The shelf reads, biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. So I'll keep. Anything of note in this shelf? I would say the woman hums to herself. The greatest innocence? Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history and religion, and there is relationship to innocentric power. But who did it? Who did it? Who did do it? Don't you remember, Eddie? What the reptilian brain said? She left us. Who or what is innocence? A very influential historical figure, but I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hand as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer. Really? Oh my god, law officers at least have some education. It's a hardcore to failure? That's funny. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentric system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. The theme of that book is basically about anticlimaxes. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. Perhaps for a layman, she scoffs, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings, so you recommend it. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise. You feel like you should get this one. There's something, it's important somehow. There's something personal inside. I'm interested. A true cultural touchstone, she nods. Enjoy the read? Look for this stray of books. Browsing through all the books with their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. You can play the risk game with Kim? It's on! It reads High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Auer and Alfie Detraz by one Cecilia Averbrook. What's it about? High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is a madcap driver, Jacob Auer. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to your story, you see a slim biography of Occident rock star named Antistar. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Oh, that's really cool. Next to that, Rovashelian radio personality Ghulam Bevi stands in front of a rundown drug den. He is a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' lives. I really must insist you buy one of the books. You're interrupting the shopkeep. Reading them is not free. Do still browse through them, but not too long. She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead, take your time. Time is commerce. Let's check out the rest of this real fast. Let me just save the game real fast. Yeah, dick time, I save it. I said, oh, I'm only going to play 2 hours, 3 hours later. Fuck, the game got me. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside an alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of the Insulet, a map of Rochelle, and a map of the Martinez. Look at the map. Large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the southeast is Le Caillou. We're here. Another far away to the southwest is the Seminoles Islands. I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to try. What else? Ozone, Laurentide, Face a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Kalu. In a bookstore, it's you. God! 19! Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Roboshell, with a radius of 80 kilometers. Still, the crown jewel of this island would be barely visible. Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands? You can. On Caillou, Roboshell, a single black star. On Ozone, Fond de l'Air, and Vermandou. On the archipelagos, Corant, Moraine, Valiers. On the Seminine, Oduva, and on Laurentide, Diora of the Seven Seas. Little lost pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. That's a good line. Look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart in a tangle of cosines and azimuths. All point into pale nothingness. Mundi is on the north azimuth. Grand is on the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seal is in the west azimuth. Isle is there called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulidian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have a little idea what they are. Distant stars? Gods? But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the insulas are immeasurably large compared to you. Very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. Look at Roboshell. North coast on a verdant island is shattered by a delta of a river. It is the river Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms in construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, La Jardin, Stella Maris, the suburbs of Saint Baptiste. Swallowed up into the megacity, they all sound rich to you. This is Rochelle east. And west of the river? Coron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. Martinez? It's so small you can't see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. A strip of coast next to the Greater Rochelle Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City's worse, a charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. Then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore, or is it just you? No, this is somewhere else. This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive. Thanks, Felician. Look at the map of Martinez. It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from the isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed, could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see jagged boxes of the industrial harbor, even the whirling rags there. Starkeep, can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer, but the map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. Besides, you could scarcely afford them. It seems like everything is islands. They're quite valuable. Though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents. Why is the one in Martinez so cheap? That old thing is out of date. Map of a tourist location that never was, or never came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce up the place 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. What happened then? They didn't get far. I'm not going to steal it. For some reason, a shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. I'll buy it. Flip you coin. What's this last one? This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Storekeep, what are these books? Sir, please, no browsing that shelf. She narrows her eyes. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no. Look through the shelf. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to mental health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics of how to find magnesium, even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Ceres tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. Oh my god. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at the shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. Medicinal purposes of the pale? What's the pale? The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. What's this book about? The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, folk remedies involving the pale, also known as Le Tortaya? For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venek or broom handle made from leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Even better if you find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab. Pain threshold, you masochist! Sounds invigorating. It is, and good for circulation too. What else? It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka and whiskey that's been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. And what does this pale aged liquor do? Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. I should get my hands on some of that. What else is there? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail. Though a sidebar cautions to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the prima ambulator performs his ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need! I don't know. I don't want to be a party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked. Huh. Anything else of note? There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. I probably need that. Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd continue reading it, I insist you buy it. Alright, I'll buy it. Indeed, she mumbles, staring at the book for a moment. Something about that book seems to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for. We're reading the Pale Book, then we're stopping. But we're reading the Pale Book first. Another boring book. Just discarded there. Alright, first I save. We have never heard about the Pale until now. Inland Empire has just revealed the Pale to us. And Inland Empire said, get that book right now. Do it, do it, do it. Please. A small green book giving off a peculiar, foreboding impression. Though it's hard to figure out why. It describes the various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of Pale, some of which sounds implausible at best. Medicinal purposes of the Pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols. Open the book. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the Pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book. What's a pharmacopoeia? You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicinal practitioners, Mensk Miskits, and Ilamaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. Thanks, Inland Empire. Oh, boy. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the Pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. Is there anything in here about storing lost memories? There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. Sounds like the astral plane? A bit. I just want something that will soothe the relentless torment of my existence. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that. Anything about curing apocalyptic hangover? There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something with the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot? Alright, book, let's see what you got. First of all, you need to choose a base ingredient. Sprig of fresh mint. Next, you need to combine the base ingredient with the proper vehicle. Boil it with a tea made from birch bark. Lastly, is there something else you'd like to add? Some ginseng root. The combination of mint and birch bark make this tea relaxing, good for digestion. It won't do much for your hangover, though. Would you like to try again? Yeah, let's try again. Alright, let's try ginger root. Mash into a paste with some aloe vera. And some pomegranate seeds. The birch root will help with the nausea, and the ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will flush out the toxins. The ginseng will give you more energy as a nice bonus. Ho! The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You are more present and in control than you were a moment ago. Savor the moment a little longer. A tingle rushes down your spine. You feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this. Let's try another one. Common meadow rue. A little whiskey. And then a spoonful of sugar. You've conducted a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though in your experience it's only done the opposite. If you could only find one of those right now and drink the shit out of it. The book said it's good for you, so it'll be okay. Let's try this again. Let's try mint, aloe vera, and a spoonful of sugar. Shoot. Ginger root. Dram of whiskey. And a bit of ginseng. Dang it! Alright. So I've hooey. I put it away. We've explored the book. We can go a little longer. Let's go a little longer. Let's take care of old Kuno, huh? We'll get back to that later. We did get more morale. We did get that. Hey, wanna watch me get more money instantly? Like magic!
Wow, that is quite the distance. That is an impressively large amount of distance. Aesthetic zooming. Oh wait, our perception is revealing things to us. Yes! Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. The slappening begins now. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the door frame with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off electricity. It is addressed to Mr. Uno de Reuter. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy. Mom Spaghetti, the siren of amphetamine, is singing her song. Cut. Snip! The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle. Woo! Leveled up. You can just go in now. Yeah. My God. I take this. I take the money. I remember this is when we started not really listening to Half-Light as much. Yeah, we realized that Half-Light was, a little pansy. Who didn't know shit. Kuno de Reuter is on the name of unfinished homework. It's from 2 years ago. Ooh. Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture. A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw. Take the speed from the table. You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Don't wait! Celebrate! Blast this shit right here. Take inventory once this boring table shit is done. Blast it before you need the blast. If you face the beast or Reuter, you're gonna need the encouragement. Yeah. Half-Light is the voice that feeds our anxiety. It is our fight or flight. The air stinks with something sour. Half-Light is like Rabbit with Luna, Itty. Except Half-Light goes on the fight side sometimes. A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels, duvet, some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest. Slowly reach out my hand. Something underneath there is breathing. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now or you're gonna die! It's not too late. No one's gonna blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out. Keep extending your hand towards the pile. Your hand touches a greasy duvet, covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There's something alive under. Beneath it. It's deep. Suffering somehow. Pull the blanket off. You see a 60-year-old fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down. Are you really Kuno's father? The light from the window is weak, but it seems that he is. His wild, unwashed mane bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought. I was expecting something scarier. Doesn't look like you're gonna fuck anyone up soon, little man. No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring at you from the dark, empty and frozen. It is clear the person behind them is not awake. His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man, but he's in there. He's not enjoying himself. Suddenly, the man starts growling 3 words. 3 words manage to escape his mouth, along with a strong stench of alcohol. He's racist! The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pig, he says. He's trying to call you a pig. Fuck you, die. You're awake! His hand falls back on the dead, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again. Hey, talk to me. Are you even alive? A lump of flesh is sticking out from under the blanket, feeling to be twitching from time to time like a paw of animal who's having a bad dream. And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are sticking out of a hole. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep. I took your amphetamine, old man. Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body. He wouldn't be thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional. Leave. So, as you can clearly see, boots! New boot goofing! I take the shoes. I take the money? I take this? Oh god, there's so much. Oh, there's so much money! I take from everything. Oh, how it sings to me. More! More loot! It's a book. 60 days in coldest April. 16 days in coldest April. Thief. Yes, correct. You are correct. You are not wrong. You were right. I cannot deny you. Alright, let's give this to Kuno. And by give this to Kuno, I mean... Cece, you think we should give this to Kuno? Curtain shift. Someone's watching from within. Oh, careful when you read that book. Oh boy. You're gonna give a child drugs? I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You get -1 health inside? Jeez Louise. Alright, well. You get some XP from starting and stopping? I thought someone was walking out of that door for a second. I got fear. Fear in my heart. Fear in my bones. What's in there? Well, we'll find out. Probably have to reload up on more stuff. Well, now that our perception's up, I go into this man's place again. The zoom out's really going to help me, because it'll show me everything. Aha! I steal from him. This is the flag of Rochelle's suzerainty. What's with the sun? This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. The sevenfold sun miracle. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly. The first settler song happens in cold winter. 6 little suns around the big one. This is a complex halo phenomena. Is how old Rochelle got its flag. It is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomenon on this wondrous archipelago. You're sure you once saw sundogs in your youth in blue fairs? Don't bow to the flag. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just colorful fabric with sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing. I take the health. My power grows. Ooh. I'm not doing speed. I'll smoke, and I'll drink the booze. By God. Do I refuse? I zoom out. I zoom out to hell and back. I see if there's any loot that I could totally grab. No loot that I can totally grab. But in time that will all change. Oh, the power. Oh, the sweet, sweet power. What is that? I keep walking. Power! Power in the sewer! Something down there. Unless you spell potato speller. In the spring emanates from the vents. The power! The power! I think I got it. Hey, look who is up there! Classy. That's why she hasn't responded to us this whole time. Because she was smoking on the roof. The winch mechanism is oxidizing for some years. I take what's inside. It's Scotto's now. Yes, the power. I drink the booze. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. And I pop my morale. And this is why you don't do drugs, kids. The slappening finishes. I talked to Kuno.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Hey, Kuno. I want to talk about the drug situation. Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. He rubs his hands together. Here's how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo. Then Kuno gives you half back. Then we split it the best way. Street way. Cece, should I give Kuno his disgusting, filthy drugs? I think I'm going to say no. Aren't you going to ask me how I got past your dad? One of the streets that you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker. Distracted him. That's some sick shit. Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo. Then we shoot the shit. By kilo, I mean gram, right? Kuno knows what Kuno means. I'm not ready to make this decision. Getting Kuno all worked up for. Goodbye. I'll wait until Cece replies. Cece, if you don't have any news or business, that's okay. I'll just go with my heart. And my heart says no drugs. Sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. It's strange. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material? Because it's Kuno's shed! I go inside. 10 out of 10. Yep. Shabby little door. I walk inside. Steal from Kuno? Very well. I will steal Kuno's booze. I will steal Kuno's money. It says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow particles. Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. Don't lick it. Lick it, but only a little. An itty bitty little lick. No, don't lick it. Yes, there isn't enough anyway. You'd only be fooling yourself. Yeah, don't give him drugs? Very well. Thanks, CC. An empty bottle of Elysium magnesium supplement. You don't get anything by giving him drugs? Very well. Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. Alright, I'm going to tell him no to drugs. I'm getting rid of this, Kuno. Why is it in there, Kuno? How'd you get a pig's head? Kuno, answer these questions. Sorry, I had to look at my Discord for a second.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Strong maybe there, Edie. Took care of the drug situation. I found your shack. Yeah, did you fuck in there? I found a pig head. Oh, that picks up a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just Kuno demo tape. Demo tape? Cool pig head. I like it. I got one too. This one. Nah. Demo tape? Like some kind of musician? Yeah, Kuno plays on the snuff radio. Fucks pigs, lives, fucks their heads off. He ominously points to the shack. Kuno's a cop killer. Found a plate covered with powder. It's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the lightning in there, pig. Bet you feel like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you couldn't have that sparkle in your eyes. What's the tube of magnesium? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it is. It's magnesium, right? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay at the top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a barrel. Don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno. I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. He looks at you, eyes bulging. You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed at home playing with your choo-choo. Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die. I've heard enough of this. Drugs. You don't need drugs. You're 12, Kuno. Alright, he taps the side of his head. Kuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him. Tell him, Kuno. Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno's gonna surprise you. Give you one more chance. Know this, pig. Shit is major. Major fucking choice, pig. Kuno won't take the shit lightly. The pieces are moving, pig. This is fucking domino shit. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tick-tick. The boy flicks an imaginary domino piece with his index finger. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck with Kuno? This is staying with me. Oh! Alright. He throws his hands up in the air. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody. Kuno just got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we're getting our business on. The Kuno fucks the pig. Throws it all away. I told you can't be trusted. I told you. The little rat repeats it 6 times. I told you you'd steal the shit. Relax, see, we got plenty of Kilo. Kilo underground. In the tree. This ain't about that. He turns to you. It's about you and Kuno. You mismanaged this shit. Now everything is fucked between us. How are you gonna make this up to Kuno, huh? In truth, Kuno doesn't really believe there's anything you can do to make this up. The damage is irreparable. Kuno, I met your dad. How the fuck you still alive, pig? It was dark in there. He sneaked up on him. Kuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes. What? His eyes become large and round. Yep, there we go. Maxed out perception. His eyes become large and round. Fuck right, Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told you. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Kuno's dad. Whoop. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. He points to himself. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you'd have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window. Whatever scary thing he might have been, he's nothing now. Yeah, Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. He pushes on bravely. Fucking coma shit. Stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so fucking violent. He's had a stroke many times. Shit. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit. Crime shit. Fucking on the bed. Kuno's gonna go out like Kuno's dad. Rochelle West style. Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno. The whisper becomes smaller than usual. There's a touch of grief in there. Fucking talking about sad. The kid breathes in and out like a boxer. Kuno's got hard shit. He punches the air. Death shit. Nothing shit. You have to turn into that. Punches the air and get your fucking nun ass out of here. Kuno fucks it dead. Another punch. You think because you took Kuno's speed, Kuno's gonna sob like a... Ugh. Turn into... He pants from exhaustion. Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that shit. If he doesn't stop soon, he's gonna collapse from exhaustion. He's red all over. Kuno won. You won, Kuno. The relief is palpable. The little hat jumps up and down behind the fence. He did not win. There's a crack. There's a crack in there now, spreading across the face of his certainty. It's not an easy life you got in that apartment. The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Come on, Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we got plans. 6 meters down below, underground, below the piping before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them. Beside 2 bedrolls, in the dark, an opening to the lower tunnels. There's a textbook with your name on it in the apartment. Yeah? He turns even redder. So fucking what? It says Kuno. Kuno. Not Kuno. Kuno de Reuter. Fuck you talking about, Kuno, that kitty shit. I like it. Kuno de Rooter. He's trying to fuck you again. Fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it. Kuno can change his name into anything. Gonna change my name into... Don't change your name into that, Kuno. There's a lot of unpaid utility bills there. Fuck right there. Fucking 3 years or some shit. There's no place to live in. You have to find somewhere else. That's right. It's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground. Their room is shit. Ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb. Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno. The little one seems overjoyed at the prospect. I did right not to give you the drugs. Let's conclude this. They didn't change shit, pig. That don't mean things work. Fucking social worker shit. It doesn't work, pig. It doesn't work, Kuno. Only our shit works. She ties to bind their fates together. She needs him bad. I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. Well, with that all done, I'm going to walk into this building, go up to the roof, steal everything that's there, and then I'm going to end the stream. Stream went on for 3 hours. Scott, you goddamn goon. Worried about that kid? Worried about that lad? Yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm only going to do an hour and a half. Fucking lied to myself. Lied to myself like a dog. Like a dog! Hey, what's this? What's this? There's something in the air. What's this? What's this? I have to go the other way. Son of a bitch. At least it's not 5 hours. Yeah, you're right. I take the nosophin. This is why perception is really good. Because all that stuff, I'm like, man, I'm low on health. Oh, I can just pop this real fast. I'm alive. There we go. Doorway's gonna collapse soon. Jesus Christ! That zoom in. Restoration pillars keeping the ruins together. I touch bucket. I get postcard. Grand Karoo. The place where no one lives. I wonder. Money. The money. Collectibles! Hooray! Take the money. I take more of the money. I'm a god. I'm a god! Ah. I gotta go down, sadly, because I'm not making that jump. I wonder if I can see the other lady. No hops? Yeah, I got no hops. Trust me. My reaction speed is booty. My sneaking skill could possibly get very high. But I'll probably put the next point into a Spirit de Corps. Or something else. Maybe I should start pumping up Volition again. That could be fun. Eddie, Volition is like the biggest bro. Volition cares. However, I went against Volition last time, and I think I'm gonna do it again, to be honest. With a certain decision. Ooh. God damn. I wonder if I could see a certain someone. Hello. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. Peel the cover on the passenger seat. Viola! Or, voila! There we go. Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting the large metropolitan area. As for Rochelle, some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen. Fold open the topmost map. This large map displays an elevated motorway called the 8 out of 81. The intake leading to Martinez is marked off with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called Old South. Tool booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting into the elevated motorway that runs over Jamlock, and this person knows them all. Success! They're there. Hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 8 out of 81. High above the mass of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. Commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield. Where's the road lead? To Coron. Through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, then to Stella Maris in La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road. Open the second map. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, Old Military Hospital, right adjacent to the 41st Precinct. No storm will ever drown Rochelle, the great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with a life of their own. What does that sound? The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels lit by gas lamps. Look at the third map. The final map displays a labyrinth of sewers tunnels left over from the construction of the motorway 8 out of 81. A few routes have been marked down with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock, by the lake. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers. Where are they going? They travel from eminent domain to perdition and on to the main, over the river Esperance on Route 8 out of 81 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus. What's all this mean? The cluttered cabin of the abandoned lorry offers no reply. If only Lieutenant Kitsuragi were here to help you piece together the evidence. Man. Ah! Well, something that we'll piece together with Lieutenant Kitsuragi when he comes back! But next time, that'll be something for next stream. And of course, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a fun time, and I look forward to streaming for you more in the future. Now, all of you, God, thank you, CC, for the beard on my smirk. Thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful evening. Bye-bye!